Hello, everybody. It's JJ Conway. You can find me on the web at jjconway.org and also handupsnothandouts.org and my ministry page, kingstownfamilylifecenter.org. Today, we're going to continue with our 28-day Black History Month special on 28 things my people need to know about money. And today, we are going to talk about investments and what is an investment. Now, I'm not going to go into the different types of investment, but we're going to look at a foundational definition of what makes something an investment. Okay? Yesterday we talked about harnessing the power of compound interest by investing as early in life as possible. And let me just reassure you, if you're like me and you're not so early in life anymore, you can still invest and you can still build financial independence into your life, but that's a different lesson, okay? So we talked about compound interest. We talked about investing as early as possible and why that's so powerful. Well, today we're going to talk about what's an actual investment. I don't know about you, but people are always trying to tell me I need to invest in this and I need to invest in that. So let's do a little quick quiz. Tell me, which of these are investments? Give it some thought. I have been told that every single one of these things, from houses to stock market to clothing to good quality handbags to cars to shoes, furs. Yes, I've been told all these things are good investments. Which of these are actually defined as investments? How did you do? The definition we're going to work with in this series of an investment is it's going to be something that earns us more money. Now, most stuff that we buy loses money. But I want us on this series to start thinking about investments as something where I buy into it, I pay my money, I purchase the item, and it makes me more money. Okay? Most stuff loses money. So when people tell me I'm investing in fill in the blank, if it's not earning them any money, I may not burst their bubble if they don't ask my opinion, but it's not an investment. Okay? I find it quite interesting that we're encouraged to take loans for quote unquote investments that aren't really investments. Remember from our other lesson, a lender's money grows faster at higher interest rates. And if a lender can convince people to go after things that don't make them any money and charge them high interest rates for those items, well then they're able to grow their wealth very fast. Kind of why, if you look at my chart here that shows the difference in interest rates, kind of explains why when you go downtown, you notice that banks have the tallest buildings. They have the tallest buildings that we're helping them buy with our interest money, and many of us don't even own our own house. When we pay interest to the bank, or anyone else for that matter, we are stealing from our future to fund the banker's family future. Now, that doesn't mean we don't ever have to take a loan for something. You know, I understand it's really hard to buy a house free and clear in a neighborhood that you might desire to live in. But we need to be careful that where we put our money is actually making us money, okay? This cycle can build wealth if we know how to work with it, or it can increase poverty if we go on uneducated. So let's look at an example. This is my favorite brand of bag. Isn't that bag bad, y'all? Look at that thing. It's beautiful. I love Brahmins. Now, if you want to do something nice for JJ Conway, there's two things you can do. You can get me a gift card to a restaurant, or especially Starbucks, because I love Starbucks, but I hate paying for it because it's so expensive. And you'll see my Starbucks example later. That's why it's a particular thing. But they're so yummy. Or you can get me a Brahmin in a color I don't have, because either way, I'm going to be your friend, right? But let's look at this bag, okay? This bag, this particular one, I love it. It costs $300. I am not a fan of credit cards, but let's say I bought this bag on a credit card that has the same interest rate that most of my clients use. When I calculate out how much I would pay over this if I only could afford the minimums every month, it's $391 total that I'm paying for my $300 bag. okay? That's $91 into somebody else's pocket that could have been in mine. I have to pay it anyway. The smarter thing for me to do would be to save that money, buy my bag, and then invest the rest. Now, this is just one bag. Think about all the stuff we're buying on credit and we're only paying the minimum every month. And those interest fees are adding up month after month after month. We are losing thousands of dollars every year. Some of us losing thousands of dollars every month because we're paying so much interest. A lot of financial planners, when I went to George Mason and got my financial planning certificate, they called paying interest a penalty. And even though a lot of the people that I work with will teach you how to leverage and how to move debt around and how to do all these fancy things, most of them operated on a cash basis. And most of them did not like to do wild, fancy investments. It was stock markets and real estate. So just keep that in mind the next time someone slick is trying to tell you why you need to buy into their program and pay 24% interest for whatever it is they're trying to sell you. All right? Remember Ben and Arthur from Day2, our video that we made yesterday? Ben retired with over $2 million just on $167 a month invested for the first 8 years that he was doing it, okay? If we save our money to buy what we need, instead of buying it on credit and paying penalties, we can invest like he invested, and we can reap that harvest. Please, please don't take loans for things that aren't investments. Keep your money in your pocket. Save your money and buy the purse, invest what you would have lost, and then you can do like Ben. If you guys can zoom in on the screen, you can see how the money grows. And I'm not saying don't buy anything nice, because I do love to shop. But what I'm saying is let's be strategic about the money that we're spending. Tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. And that way you'll really be able to build wealth. All right, that's it for today. I'm JJ Conway. You can send me your money questions at ministerwiggins@gmail.com. I'm really excited about the questions that have already come in. You guys are asking some great questions, and I'm loving it. Don't worry. If we don't get through all the questions in our 28-day series, we'll answer them in the podcast that's coming soon, or another video series. Who knows? We'll see how popular this gets. Be sure to spread the word. And be sure to find me at jjconway.org. Y'all take care and be blessed.